No, we don't know.
All we need is love, love, love. All we need is love, love, love.
Hey, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your man NuuGame, and today I'm really excited to show you all the behind the scenes to how I made the #1 song for my album, which is All We Need Is Love. So I'm gonna play this one. Now, if you look on this track, there's some automation going on. That's what makes it sound like the song is coming from the bottom. Now, if I came in here and I'm gonna start the song over and I come in right here, I'm gonna take off the automation for a second. I'm just gonna turn that filter off. And here's how the drum actually sounds. So as you can see, it's just really an old-fashioned, nothing crazy, but that's what makes it special. So if I play from the top, now there's a banjo right here. Now to make some emphasis on there, what I did is I have some kicks right here. There's no automation on that. That's just the actual kick. Actually, there is automation. I'll take that back. So there's automation that's just been filtered out. So that's actually the kick for the song. So we have a snare and some hi-hats. That's just the basic of the track. And there's a conga right here. And I have some more, I think these are some additional drums right here on this section. See that? And then I have these, I call them trap hats. It's just really, watch. See that? That's the trap, I'm just gonna solo that out so you could hear it. See that? It just plays only on the right side. So with the drums, now you can hear there's a click right here. That click only comes in during the hook. See that? If I turn that off, see that? So that only plays in there. So we have several hooks. I'm gonna play the lead hooks.
All we need is love, love, love. All we need is love, love, love. All we need is love, love, love. We need love, love, love. We need love, love.
Now, before Chris threw those on there, the original hook was this one right here.
Love, love, love.
So I'm gonna play just a couple of them so you can see how they build up. So I'm just gonna loop this right here and
Love, love, love.
now by itself it sounds like whatever, right? And I'm gonna add two more. Two more.
Love, love, love.
Two more.
Love, love.
See that? And the last one.
Love, love, love.
So that's the last one that James did.
Love, love.
That's me. It sound crazy, don't it? Love, love. But you know, when you play them all together, they sound really good. So we're gonna bring these here, and I'm gonna bring Chris's, and I'm gonna bring the other hooks that he did. This is what you have.
Love, love, love. All we need is love, love, love. All we need is love, love, love. We need love, love.
So from the tops.
Love, love, love. All we need is love. All we need is love.
All right, so I'm gonna take you to the verses. So at the very start of the song, you can hear me saying, "There's really nothing wrong." This is it right here.
There's really nothing wrong. Get you a job, get you a house, get you a nice car, get you yourself a lot of friends. And now these three things remain.
So that's me
You got
right there.
faith, you got hope.
The progression, the chords I used on here were from a pack in the Native Instruments Mark III that you just kind of arrange the chords the way you want. That's why you see it's called drag and drop samples. So I'm just gonna play that along with the verses.
Get you a house, get you a nice car.
And there's a really, really bad bass line right here.
And now these three things remain. You got faith, you got hope.
Now just look how the
love.
the verses come in.
But the greatest of these is love.
We go on searching for fame. We go on searching for hope.
That's the bass right there.
Some go searching for money. They don't know, we don't know.
Now the second verse of the song was sang by my buddy James. So when I collapse the vocals right here, that's me. This is the intro vocals. There's really nothing wrong.
Really nothing wrong.
Right? And then
Job.
Money.
But the greatest of these is love.
We go on searching for fame.
that's me right there. The oh, my bad.
Searching for hope.
And this is James right here.
Alright, some go searching for money. They don't know, we don't know.
And now here come the hook.
All we need is love, love, love. All we need is love.
So that, as you can see, this is a pretty busy record. Okay. So a couple of things come in and change. One of my favorite little thing that comes in is a moose call. I'm going to play that right here. For those of you who don't know what a moose call is, after the end of this video, you'll know exactly what that is. Okay. So. Okay, this is the moose call right here. So it's pretty much like somebody putting their finger on a conga and then just pulling it up, and it has like a so look it up, you'll be surprised. So that's a moose call. I like the effect of it. I couldn't help myself. I throw that in there. So now that you can hear that separately, hear how this is where it's buried in the track. That's Chris Nelson, man. He came in hard on that verse.
All the money in the world.
Now, if you notice, if you listen to this in headphones, you'll notice it's what I call a flyby.
All the money in the world.
And you notice how it goes from your left to your right. That's because I put this effect in here. And what that does, it creates like a 360. So I'm playing from the top. See that? So that's that, and when he sings that with his verses, this is how it sounds.
All the money in the world. Couldn't add up to the simple things in life. And I'm just here.
Okay, so you know how he says simple things in life. This is the effect right here.
Simple things in life.
Now, why is that possible? Because I have some automation. You see that automation right there? So the automation is just the wetness. So on this effect, there's a tape delay. And right now, as you can see, the wetness is at 35%. If I move this back a little bit to right about here, and I pull that same plugin out, you'll see the wetness is a 0. So with some automation, it allows it to sound really dry like this. Listen, check this out.
Simple things in life.
Now, playing with the record is what it sounds like.
Simple things in life. And I'm just here to say to
Now, Chris is really good at doing flybys. So there are lots of flybys that he does all through this record. Let me turn off the automation. I'm gonna find him. I think it's right here. There we go. Okay, now there's a breakdown coming up. Now you'll notice that the moose call comes in right here again, and a lot of cool stuff happens right here because remember at the beginning, the way the song comes in, there's some automation building up, and that automation comes back in. Watch this. Okay, those harps, you got to hear those harps separately, man. That was actually played. That wasn't sampled. And I can show you guys in another tutorial how I played the harps. It's pretty cool stuff. But anyway, so that's the harps just pretty much brings this little breakdown into it. Here's the moose call right here.
They be searching for this money and fame. But if you look under the hard surface, you will see there's so much more to gain. All we need is love.
Okay. Now, the harps come back in a second time because James comes in with the final vocal of the track. But you see these drums right here? These were actually the original drums that I came up with for the track when I made it in 2013 or 14 when I eventually sat down and produced it. But I couldn't let it go, so I had to bring it in when he does the bridge. So check this out.
I've been searching. Now I found.
There's the drums right here.
Everything. Now I know.
all we need is love, love, love. All we need is love, love, love. All we need is love, love, love. We need love, we need love.
Okay, if you know me, I love strings, right? There are some strings playing in this song. They're very subtle. Check this out.
Love, love, love.
Real subtle, but important.
Love, love, love.
As you can see, Chris has got his fly-throughs.
We're gonna need this love, need this love.
Okay, this part right here, when James and I had finished recording the song, we were messing around, and he started saying da 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 da, and it sounded so good he couldn't do it over. Not a lack of talent, but if you've ever been in the studio, there are moments that you create, you just can't recreate the moment even if you wanted to. So I'm gonna play it solo so you can hear how like laid back it was.
I wanna praise you, Lord. I wanna thank you, Lord.
That's where it breaks down right here. Now you notice these pianos, they're not following the regular sequence of the rest of them. That's for a reason. I used a plugin that's one of my favorite Enigma plugins. When you let me just unfreeze the track for a second. Hang on. Let me unfreeze that. Okay. When you want to just mess with the sound a little bit. So I'm gonna play the piano right here. Listen. I don't know about you, but I just love that spaceship effect because I kind of wanted it to sound like the song just landed. You know, pay attention one more time. You'll notice it has like a spaceship landing effect or some kind of, watch this. See that? Now, playing it with everything, it really just kind of complements the whole track. Watch. See that? So everything that you guys hear me do, y'all, is all thought about. Nothing is taken for granted. Those of you curious on the mixing side of stuff, a lot of my chains I use a lot of I use the shelves often. It's one of my favorite plugins to just quickly use some built-in presets. A lot of the one knob filter I use in this one just to control the action of the sounds and modify it a little bit. I use a lot of stock plugins for Logic I use, but for my master chain, if you are curious, I tried a few of them. I tried Oxide, and eventually I went with this one, which has the Q10, so I can control different aspects of the song. It has the V, what is this called? This is called the VEQ3. I have max bass. I have the C4, the Vitamin. Vitamin is just so you can control the width of low ends of the track, or low mids, the high mids, the nerdy stuff. And of course, you gotta have a maximizer. So I'm only pushing this one 9 dB. And the ceiling is -5 because I thought it was peaking when I got to 0 or -1, but that's my master chain. But yeah, this is the Enigma plugin that I use for the end of the piano. So really fun track to make, and I'm so glad I put it on the album because it's the #1 song on my album. But the reality is, I actually didn't even plan on putting this song in there. I chose to put the song in April, the month before I released the album in May. So I'm glad I did. Turns out to be the #1 song. But anyway, I hope this was fun for you as much as it was for me, taking you behind the scenes. And for that, stay tuned for the next song. You never know which one I'm going to do, but for sure I'm going to keep doing these because I think it'll give you just a behind the scenes look at how music is constructed sometimes. Because when I watch some of these videos on YouTube, they don't really show you the screen. They just tell you the stuff. But I'm just I guess I'm leaving myself out there just to see how it all works. By no means am I following any other person's rules but mine. This is just how I do it. You might watch another video is completely different, but that's on them. We're all creators. The whole point is the end product. So anyway, I'm gonna catch y'all later, man. Peace out.